This go sound crazy. Yeah, crazy. This be how close Gaddafi get. Say like it left small, like they buy Manchester United in 2005. I sure say you go. They ask yourself which Gaddafi? Which Gaddafi me and you all know? Yeah, the one me and you all know, that be the former or the late Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. It left small, like they buy Manchester United. So in 2005, the ownership of Man United can tell a lot of issue in the media and everybody they talk about. I'm sick of. There's some confusion there between Ferguson, Manchester United and our coach, and then the two biggest shareholders of the club. Sick of some confusion around some horse, what do they call them, Rock of Gibraltar. To tell the story, like for the day, I just want to briefly tell you about that particular issue before I'll go into how Gaddafi left small, like Gaddafi they buy Manchester United in 2005. So Ferguson the issue with the shareholders BC. One of the biggest shareholders gets a horse, with the horse in the corner Rock of Gibraltar. The horse to be thoroughbred. If I say thoroughbred, I mean those people who know, I mean just check the meaning of thoroughbred. Gold be stone, diamond be stone, but we can't get stone, but we get stone upon stone. So if I say a horse be thoroughbred, like then be the finest, highest quality. So later on, as a sign of appreciation, then the shareholder won't take the horse, give in wife, and then Ferguson and make them co-own the horse at the same time. But another side of the thing to be say, you do at the horse, then they use them for cross breeding. They use them make it across other females and all that. So you do have them cross her, then they raise big money for there. That thing they call them starting right. So then Ferguson they talk say if them cross the horse or the horse cross with other female, the money they go pay, you know, if you get share for inside. We the shareholder and his wife no agree, and that be where all the confusion stuff will end up. So the issue end up for court where Ferguson they ask for big money from them. Be like if I'm not gonna lie, like almost like 100 million or 150 million pounds. It can tell a lot of, I mean, whole turmoil around the club. Yeah, especially in ownership and all that. Later on, then sort them out of court, and that be where the club too in ownership left the people. So then decide say they will love sell them as shares and then look to invest in other endeavors or ventures. So as the guys make ready to sell them as shares, then call one guy when they call him Mehmet Dalman. Mehmet they mean Muhammad in Turkish. It be the same name, Mehmet. So they mean the Mehmet guy be investment banker. Where you get money, where you know a lot of rich folks where they get money and all that, like they help them, make them, they sort them with investment opportunities here and there. Then speak to him about whether he could love buy the shares. Yes, he get money, but he won't reach that level of say he will acquire the majority stakeholding of the club. So what he do be say he buy only 2.5% share of the club, but then still opportunity day for him where the next thing be say he started to speak to him big people or the people you know where this thing like could look appealing to them. The Mehmet guys speak to Gaddafi about him where readily, surprisingly, Gaddafi make interest say he go love by the club. Gaddafi won't buy Manchester United or a football club. They sound funny. You know why? Because Gaddafi and Kasai, you know, be somebody like sports or football. And the reason be say in 1982, you know, say the AFCON then play for Libya, right? As they can't play the final, you know, after the opening ceremony here and there and all that, he get up say he won't give speech before then we'll start the game. Could you imagine say the guy speak for 2 hours? 2 hours. Where in speech, all they talk about be say they condemn the sport, why people they waste their time, they watch football and all that. Why they go use their time for better thing. So specifically, the major problem with sport be say, you know, the barbed why sports feed bestow honor on people, like you understand, like why people for be so crazy about a sportsman or sportswoman. As a result, those times where they power for Libya, nobody they play ball with in need for back. No, nobody. But if the only one person, you know who that person be? Insan. If anybody don't know where you joke with them, Charlie, you go have seriously issues in the country. Example be say some club be for Benghazi one time, then come to the stadium or game, where them bring donkey, where the donkey where them wear shada, where them ride Sadi for the shada in back. You know, as the Gaddafi see the next day, you know what they make them go do? It make them go break down the stadium. I mean, for that thing alone, say they ridicule Insan or whatever. This Insan they call him Sadi. Sadi for the Libya they do every shit. Like EBB they hold the football down. They run the FA. They play the national team. They do everything with regards to football. If you come to Libya, as at that time. So as it make interest say he won't buy the club, That'd be very, very shocking. But then you for understand, because as at that time, then he renounced his decision to do weapons of mass destruction. Also in 1988, some bombing happened where some Libyan guy where you do that thing, you understand, in an aircraft like that. Where as at that time to make sure say you sort all the families, you compensate the families way or the people who then die in that aircraft bombing. So buying Manchester United, go put them in the good books of the West, and then I mean it will look clean. That'd be what's right now with the Colin sports washing. More or less like what Qatar they do with PSG and then UAE they do with City now. It more or less like something like that way. If the Gaddafi way get that IDSF say like you won't do some first before right now you can't turn normalize for these people to do some. Gaddafi see the impact of this sports washing thing very quick. Because you know see it could help him in image and then in country as well. So even way before the Manchester United the offer will come safe. As at that time, then get some 7.5% share in Juventus. So nationally, then Libya gets some company to call them Tamwell. If the Tamwell would then use take buy those shares. Or I think exactly a year after, Tamwell can turn Juventus them a franchise sponsor. Those who follow football during those times know very well. Yeah. And then to the point of in 2002, the Italian Super Cup then play them for Tripoli in Libya, all because of this relationship. You know, it won't wash in image and then in country too at the same time. So all of a sudden, Gaddafi can get some power in the Italian football to the point of Insan, where I talked about earlier on. Insan Saadi, some Italian club, Perugia, sign him in 203, where you go there. If you watch Saadi, for example, you know, should that be really some exceptional or talented player, but you know, all of a sudden, Poppy study control things for the country inside. So the more reason why, of course, he can't get power with and sign him for Italy in Perugia. Funny thing is, in Perugia, I think he played there for like 3 years, where he played only 3 matches. And then, according to the club history, they say the boy be the worst signing of all time. So, Mehmet Dalman fly from London to Tripoli, go have that discussion with Gaddafi about the club and all that. We agreement day as at that point, but all of a sudden, some from higher sources, they don't be so convinced about somebody like him make you own the club, and that be where the deal store where it collapsed. As the deal collapsed, that be where it paved way for the Glazers. All of a sudden, we then come through, then to go borrow money, come buy the club, and that be where till date the club still there with them. So this VI, I guess, very small like this, like Man United, nearly like he become like Muammar Gaddafi in toy. If you enjoy this, you learn something new or found it fascinating, I beg you, give me a like, share, subscribe, and then follow me. And if possible, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. See you next time. Bye bye.